a look at Nerve.
Nerve.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, remember, you're my eyes.
Okay. Green.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just keep your eyes open.
Okay.
Hey, I know you're scared, but you gotta talk to me, V.
Okay, wait. No.
Lean, left or right. You are in control.
Okay, this is one of the dares in the game Nerve, and everyone's online. There are players and there are watchers, and the watchers decide what dare to give these people. And they like Emma Roberts' character. She's a wallflower. Just as of that morning, she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I should talk to that boy in school." She's 25, by the way. Emma Roberts is trying to pull a high school senior thing. Okay, whatever. She's like, "Oh, I just don't know if I can talk to him." I'm not buying that. And her friend's egging her on. Go talk to him. And finally, her friend is really into this Nerve game. She's a player, not a watcher. She goes, "Quit being a watcher. Be a player." So she takes a dare. And the first one was very innocent. Walk up to a stranger and, kiss him on the mouth for 5 seconds. And it just happens to be Dave Franco, who's in the corner of a diner reading her favorite book. So you're wondering, okay, are we being set up here? Or is this just a coincidence? Well, the people like them together so much that they end up getting dares to do. And what you just heard there scares me a little bit because, teens are rather impressionable. And the whole audience, this is aimed towards a high school teen audience since it's PG-13. He's riding a motorcycle with a blinder on. He's got a decal over his visor. She's riding on the back telling him what to do, and they have to get up to 60 miles an hour.
No, that's not a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea on any level. And he's actually, he's moving pretty quickly. They're weaving in and out of cars. Like, I'm pretty sure you're already there. And you look at the speedometer, it says 30. So I'm thinking, what? Oh, faster. We got to go faster. So it's just a little, the dares get crazier. Climb a crane, hold on with one hand.
Ooh.
Just really.
It's almost like Jackass movies.
Well, except that these dares are, and it's here's the cool thing. This is a movie made by the guys that did the Catfish documentary, where somebody pretended to be somebody else, and then somebody fell in love. It's like that high school or the college kid from Notre Dame who fell in love with a fictitious person. It's called catfishing. They did that doc, started that whole movement. Now they made this movie, and it's more about how a mass audience, an anonymous mass audience, sort of turns malevolent hey, it's not me, it's everybody else. But the dares get more daring and actually life-threatening. I thought this was a pretty cool movie, and I kept thinking, all right, how are they going to wrap this up? And they do it about as badly as you could possibly do it. But there was one character that showed up. He's a rapper named Machine Gun Kelly. And at first I thought he was just kind of a throwaway character, but he does intersperse this movie with some interesting moments. And, of course, Emma Roberts is always fun, and Dave Franco is sort of building his own. The look of this movie was cool. The teens loved this. I could hear them just squealing with delight at the end of this movie as they were all going out. So it's going to make money from them. I'm not sure it really fits any other crowd here, but it is an interesting idea, the fact that we kind of thrive on that anonymity, and we do a lot of things that we normally wouldn't do based on the fact that we can from behind a curtain. And I think that's a good point that we need to remember when we deal with the internet and online stuff.
So what's the grade?
I gave it a B-.
And what is it rated?
It's rated a PG-13.
Do you think there's going to be people out there that try to replicate?
I'm afraid there are. I can almost see it coming.
Yeah, that always concerns me with
I know.
movies like this.
They are very impressionable, and somebody's going to try it.
Well, really, you think about even the Jackass movies, how many people were out there being jackasses and actually trying to do some of that stuff. Now, they put up all the disclaimers and everything else, but still.
I know. If you make something look cool, somebody's going to try it.
Yeah. Okay, title again?
Nerve.
Okay.
All right, this is one of those movies, ladies, where you take your naughty gal pals, put on some comfy clothes, and you go and get ready to laugh. Now, it's raunchy. I'm just going to tell you right off the top. But these ladies are having a good time, and it's perfect casting. Mila Kunis is that calm in the storm, that sort of quiet leader who, she goes, you know what? No, not doing this anymore. And her sidekicks are Kristen Bell and Kathryn Hahn. Kristen Bell plays that kind of like innocent, wide-eyed bunch of kids. Like, you mean we can actually do this? And Kathryn Hahn is a single mom, one big giant football player kid in high school. or in school, and she's like, I just can't. She's already kind of off the rails, but in a very different way. She's kind of the naughty one. And the three of them get together and they decide, you know what? No, we're not doing this anymore. They have a PTA Nazi leader played by Christina Applegate, who is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And her two little minions are Jada Pinkett Smith and Annie Mumolo, who co-wrote Bridesmaids with Kristen Wiig. So they're the sidekicks to the mean queen. But oh my gosh, when they go at it, it's just, there's some funny bits in here, and it's some pretty. They discuss things that you wouldn't normally hear in polite circles on any level, but I'm telling you, when they get after it, it is absolutely hilarious. I was laughing so hard that I'm sure I missed some of the dialogue, but it's also, there's some sweet moments to it also, and thank you, Les.
Thank
Les
you.
just pops in and says hello.
Wow.
So this movie is just absolutely hysterical. But again, I will warn you, it is racy. Just doing a drive-by. Okay, well, there it is. It's racy. But it is hysterical. It is Bridesmaids funny. But again, there's some sexual content in here that will probably curl the hair of a few people.
So if Bridesmaids on kind of an offensive scale is at a 7 or 8, where's this one?
Maybe an 8 or a 9.
An 8 or 9. So it's ramped up about 10%.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
That's it.
But it's one of those where you're laughing and cringing at the same time, and it's clever stuff. And it's also heartfelt, and it actually feels genuine. I mean, these women are really, bake sales and PTA meetings and soccer practices and, Mom, make breakfast, and, I've got to get to work, and the dog's got vertigo. I mean, it's just too much, and they're trying to be super moms, and they finally realize, you know what? We can't do it. Not only can't we do it, but you know what? We're going to go, and not, when they say bad moms here, it's not like she's, being terrible. She just says, Mom, where's our breakfast? Well, fix it yourself. You're old enough.
Yeah.
Well, Mom, where's my science project? Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. So it's stuff that maybe your kids need to be empowered to do a little bit more. And husbands, oh boy. Kristen Bell's husband is like, you need to get home right now. And she just jumps his cheese to the amazement of the other two, like, oh, I can't believe you stood up for yourself. So there's going to be some empowering while they're being a little naughty.
So how do the Nazi moms respond to all this?
Oh, do not mess with us. We will take you down. And they come hard. It is very funny. The things that Christina Applegate is ready to pull off to nail these moms, and so they decide to run against her as for president of the PTA, and that's going to be a struggle. So it's funny. I laughed. My sister was in town. Stacia was with us, and they were laughing their tails off. So
with all the disclaimers,
yes.
What are you rating this
B+.
one? B+? Well,
don't look at me like that.
Wow,
Don't look at me in that tone of face.
Okay, so a B+.
It's funny.
And it's rated R.
It is rated R.
For everything?
Well, you know what? I'm trying to remember if there's any nudity in this.
So
I don't think so.
But it's sexual?
It's the content is they talk a lot about stuff.
Okay, stuff. Okay.
I can't describe it to you.
Okay.
But just know that if your sassy friends want to go see a movie, this is the one.
Now, which movie should we talk about, Steve? And then we'll quickly tell what's new at the Red Box if we have time.
Since we only have one, it's Jason Bourne, baby.
Jason Bourne, here we go.
I remember. I remember everything.
Remembering everything doesn't mean you know everything.
Tell me.
Okay, I when I heard that Matt Damon was going to be Jason Bourne years ago, I went, "Are you kidding
me?"
Me too. I'm a true believer.
I know.
Who
Who
really
else could
am.
do it now?
Yeah.
And that for a while they didn't have. I mean, there was a kind of an offshoot there where they had Jeremy Renner come in and be a Bourne sidekick or somebody offshoot. But Jason Bourne is back as Matt Damon is back as Jason Bourne, and it's because Paul Greengrass wrote and directed this, and he said he'd only come back if he did. It's been years. Last time we saw Jason Bourne, he made a big splash and then went off the grid. And he's been off the grid. And the only reason he came back is that his friend, Nicky Parsons, another agent in the CIA, has contacted him. that alerts everybody in the system that, oh, wait a minute, Nikki Parsons is trying to reach somebody. Who would she probably try to reach? Well, they've always had a little they've been nervous about Jason Bourne because he knows a lot of stuff.
Right.
And they don't want him, messing up the works. So as soon as Nikki contacts him, then CIA is in on it. Well, now we have a new CI director. I get confused sometimes with who's in charge here. We've had David Strathairn, but now it's Tommy Lee Jones. He is like the new old CIA director. Seems like he's been around for a while, but I don't think he has he?
I don't think so.
And he has a new young analyst played by Alicia Vikander, who she really – and here's the cool part
I
about
love her, by the way.
I
She
do
is such
too.
a great actress.
But I think maybe she might not be right for this part because
Really?
she's so young.
Yeah.
And she's – remember how Joan Allen was sort of that analyst who had that matronly but tough feel to her. Alicia almost feels a little too young for this part. But she's really good. And, the young people are the ones that are really getting into the technology in this is just off the charts because, they can ping every little cell phone in the universe and see from every angle what's going on. This movie is mostly run and chase. Either Jason Bourne is running from something or to something. They're out trying to get him. There's a great chase scene at the beginning in Athens that I thought was really good. Then it's a lot of run, and then there's another that people are just going nuts over, a big thing in Vegas where a lot of cars are getting all blown up. But that felt more like Fast and Furious to me, not a Jason Bourne kind of a chase. So I liked it. It feels like a lot of the other ones. I'm having a hard time figuring out the difference between all of these movies. But it was still fun to watch. I gave it a B. And I think, it's worth seeing if you like Matt Damon as Jason Bourne.
PG-13?
PG-13.
Okay.